Okay, this is looking at the problem set for 2.4. If you look at numbers 1 through 40, what you're doing there is just using distributive property and taking off the parentheses, etc. in order to solve this. So let's go ahead and look at 40 real quick, because that one looks like it could be a little tricky if you're not careful. So minus 8x minus 3 equals 8 minus the quantity 5x plus 1. So let's distribute. This minus says that everything inside there changes sign. This minus says everything in there changes sign. This minus says everything in there changes sign. That's all it does when you take the parentheses off, is it changes its sign. If that were a plus in front of the parentheses, you wouldn't do anything. You just take the parentheses off. But with the minus, everything changes sign. Alright, like terms. So negative 6x and negative 8 is negative 14x. And then I've got a negative 2 and a positive 3, so that's a plus 1. Got an 8 and a negative 1, which is a 7. Minus 5x can't combine. Add 5x. Add 5x. So this is negative 9 now. Subtract 1, we get negative 9x equals 6. So x equals negative 6 over 9. And 3 goes into both 6 and 9 twice and 3 times. Don't forget the negative there. And there you go. Okay, looking at 41 to 50. Those are the ones with the fractions. So remember, do what you can without doing a lot of work with the fractions, but sometime multiply the entire equation by the common denominator. So if we had something like 46, guess that should be a 3, huh? Minus 3/8 x equals 1/2 plus 1/4 x. Okay, we multiply the whole thing by the common denominator. In this case, it's 8. So 8 times 5 is 40. So even though this 5 isn't a fraction, we still multiply it by the 8. We multiply everything by that 8. Okay, so 40 minus 3x equals 4 plus 2x. Add 3x to both sides. 40 equals 4 plus 5x. Subtract 4, we have 36 equals 5x. Divide by 5, and we're done. 36 over 5. If I did everything correctly. I don't have an answer key, so I have a tendency, just like everybody else, to make mistakes along the way. So if I did, I apologize, but the method is the same. I just may have gotten some wrong numbers in there. 51 to 64, you're using decimals, so we did some like those. Those are really easier than the fractions, so if you've got a calculator, you just do your multiplication with your decimals. 65 to 72, you're solving those, but remember to check to see if they're identity or contradiction. So if your variables disappear and you're just left with two numbers that are equal to each other, like 10 equals 10 or 4 equals 4, if they're the same number, then they're identities. But if you end up with a number like 6 equals 2, well, that would be a contradiction. So that's the difference between the two. 73 to 74 are just some real basic algebraic problems there. So that should be it for problem set 2.4.